Hello, my name is Oleg Brega. I'm 35 years old, filmmaker and journalist from Republic of Moldova. I represent civil society from this country because I'm involved in several different NGOs. The most important and known here and abroad is Hyde Park Association, a group of young people which promotes freedom of expression and also defends human rights in general. 7 years ago we were a popular radio talk show with the same name, which was closed by the authorities. After that we act as an officially registered NGO, organizing weekly meetings in the Central Park of Chisinau, issuing a small newspaper with the people's opinion. We had for these grants from Norway and from United States of America. But 2 years ago we decided to dissolve officially this organization because of the pressures made by the authorities. It was a form of protest against the permanent harassment, arresting and illegal seizing of the peaceful demonstrations, interminable trial processes. In the same time, we stopped our public activities in the street and we continued to be active only on the internet through our web portal courage.net. There anybody could and still can express his opinion, make announcements, report abuses. In April 2009 I was employed as cameraman for a private independent TV station broadcasting also only on the internet, Journal TV. And I was assisting all the voting process and vote counting. Also, I filmed the first street protests against the results of the elections. My brother Gennady, another filmmaker and freelance journalist, former president of Hyde Park NGO, was one of the organizers of the public demonstrations and the next day after the elections. He, together with other young people from Chisinau, invited everybody to come with candles at 6 p.m. on 6th of April in the central square of Chisinau to show their disappointment and disagreement with the election results and against the way of organizing the elections. They used in those available 6 hours not only or not at all Twitter. I made a Twitter account only after that so-called Twitter revolution. But they used all possible social networks and existing new media. Facebook, Netlog, especially Odnoklasniki, a Russian website. My brother Gennady had there a group or some groups with thousands of users and subscribers, which he announced immediately about the intentions to protest. But the most important was the instant mobile messaging service. I sent many and received during that day some SMSs from unknown persons inviting me to the protest. Some were sent from the website of the mobile companies, which permit to send unlimited or at least 20 messages per day for free. Also the internet messaging as Skype, MSN, Meebo were fully used. My list of friends on Yahoo Messenger was at least 500 addresses. I used that service to send in a minute a short information with a link to the message about the demonstrations. It was spread, that message, instantly by my friends to other thousands of addresses. These tools, together with the many blogs, online forums, mailing lists and e-groups, permitted to inform most active people in Moldova about the action, and it can be explained to the huge crowd which came on 6th of April in the center of Chisinau, because most of the population couldn't accept that a political party, after 8 years of bad governing, can take again half of the votes to have again the majority in the parliament. But probably not only that group of initiative, named I'm Not Communist, was a real organizer, because in the same day, after the closure of the peaceful demonstration, when the organizers invited people to go home and prepare to the next day's meeting initiated by the opposition parties. There were many provocations and violent actions, but the visible public events finished before midnight without damages, without arrested or injured people. On the next day, on 7th of April, because the organizers came too late in the central square, with only megaphones and a small acoustic installation, somebody else could influence the crowd, and in a few hours the presidency and the parliament buildings, also some police, firemen, television cars were destroyed. A lot of policemen, especially unprepared soldiers, were injured in the street fightings, and it was almost impossible for the organizers from the opposition parties to stop the violence. The authorities, police leaders did nothing but contradictory orders, provoking actions, and finally, after the midnight, they ordered violent mass arresting, and hundreds of persons, even not participants at the protests, were beaten. At least 3 persons died during that operation. But those demonstrations didn't change the results of the vote, and the government decided to close borders with Romania and limit access to the foreign press. They also initiated in the state-controlled internal press a campaign of accusation against the opposition and leaders of civil society. That behavior made impossible any collaboration in the parliament with the opposition. Communists couldn't vote a new president of the country, and they were forced by law to organize new elections. On July 29th, Moldova voted for a non-communist majority, which formed a new governmental coalition, more democratic and pro-Western, pro-Europe. It holds now most of the executive power in the state, and these days they are trying to elect a new democratic president of the Republic of Moldova.